Welcome to Action Points, a Mythras Matters actual play podcast. In this episode, the first episode of Saving the Mermaid's Tale using the Mythras rule system, we join a new group of adventurers. After landing at the fabled port city of Lindowe, they have agreed to help the failing tavern called the Mermaid's Tale. Little did they know that they would end up in investigating a green mist that covered the cellar of the warehouse. My name is Inwils and I will be the GM for the game. I'll let the players introduce their characters.
Sure. Hi, I'm Tobias. I'm playing Tobias. And Tobias is a bit of a ragamuffin. He grew up in the streets of Climtown as an orphan. He's a lifelong friend of Sybil's, and he also knows Amakak by passing, since he was also kind of a street kid. Tobias's main loyalties are to his orphanage and the old lady who used to run it. Right now, he's trying to make his way in the world and get his first employment as an adult, and he's fallen into the lap of the adventure that we're now on.
Fantastic. And yeah, we'll come to his lifelong friend next, Sybil.
Hello, I am playing Sybil. Sybil is a warm, pragmatic young woman whose mother
I thought you could say pregnant then.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think she is, but adventure awaits, as they say. No, pragmatic. Whose mom worked in the orphanage as a cook, and so she was raised in the she spent all her time in the orphanage, and that's how she became acquainted with Tobias and has become lifelong friends. But also wants to seek adventure outside of the very small town where they've been raised.
Fantastic. We come to you, Dylan, or Dylan, however you want to pronounce it.
All right. So Dylan is a young boy that's barely 19 years of age. He spent most of his life growing in a small village in the countryside, a fisherman's village. And he didn't really settle much into the sea trades. He rather focused on herbalism and gathering foraging stuff in the forests. And he's also shown to be relatively handy with a dagger or two in the trip that he has shared with his now companions of work. And so Dylan is really just attempting to fit in and find a life for himself in the city of Lindowe.
Fantastic. And we'll come straight along to Amok. Tell us about your character.
Amok, or Amakok, is he grew up as an orphan as well on the streets, but he's a survivor. He didn't have a stable orphanage. He had to move about and run jobs and spy on people for the gangs to get by. But he's come to Lindowe because he grew very close to another orphan girl who he is searching for. But
it's not Sybil, is it? It's not Sybil.
No.
I just wanted to check.
No, and he's a little sensitive about talking about her, but he'll describe her and ask questions of people. he doesn't want to lose her, and he's afraid if he asks too many questions, he will have lost her.
Oh.
But he's had to talk his way out of situations, run out of situations, mostly everything but fight. He's not a fighter, and he's here in Lindowe trying to survive, and he's grouped himself with these folks, the Dagger, the people he's met that are reliable. He's glad to be with them, but he's a loose cannon sometimes, so we'll see how he fares.
Excellent. You are a really good negotiator, I believe. I think you are now the party's face from now on in, I think.
And the official interrogator as well.
Yeah. Just to let you know, Amok, I think you had a wound in one of your arms, was it?
Yeah, his right arm got bludgeoned by one of the gang members.
Yeah. So with the downtime when we were in the inn, etc., you can actually put 1 hit point on that to take you into positive numbers. Okay, so if I remember correctly, you've arrived at Lindowe, you came into the slum areas, and you got ambushed in an alleyway, which you dealt with extremely well. You took a prisoner who you later found out was called Kurt, and you headed to the Mermaid Tail, which is an inn. When you got there, you were quite surprised how ransacked it was, how dilapidated it was, falling to bits, and it even had graffiti on it. That's when you met the owner and his daughter, and after figuring out that something was going wrong, it seemed that they owned a warehouse down on the seafront, and the Thieves Guild, led by the infamous Sniffer, was trying to buy them out and trying to take over the warehouse. And you decided as a group to almost set up shop in the Mermaid's Tail and struck a bargain or deal or contract with the owner to actually be some kind of protection and to hopefully base your operations there. With that, you headed down to the warehouse down on the shore front. And the first thing that you noticed as you moved around was a lot of the warehouses had been locked up and chained, and each of them had a little black mouse burnt or branded into the wood. And you decided that that was a sign of Sniffer's involvement. Amok shimmied down the chimney, and once everybody got in, you found that the top of the ground floor of the warehouse was quite empty and bare, hasn't been used for a long time. However, there was some doors leading down into the cellar that you opened up and headed down. And as you walked down the steps, you found a corpse laying face down on the stair, arm stretched out. And we finished the session with you just seeing the hand move. I'm going to whiz you over to that's exactly where we left it. I do believe that Sybil, you have light, I think, and we had lit a torch here that was on the wall, and Tobias was in the lead, and this creature or this human was face down on the stair. He seems to be wearing normal working men or women's outfits, some cheap breeches and a tunic. He seems to have something on his head and his arms stretched out, and then you just saw his hand gently flicker. Tobias, you're in the lead. What would you like to do?
You're muted.
You're
Tobias.
muted.
I thought that might be the case.
I call back to Sybil and kind of reach back with my arm, and I said, "The lantern, quick!" And hope that she slaps the lantern into my hand so I can toss this thing at that moving body. Because you said it looked quite desiccated, didn't it?
It does. It definitely does. So let me, Sybil, you're going to, everything's going to go a little bit dark for you all as I turn the light. First of all, Sybil, are you stepping forward and handing over the lantern?
I will step forward and irritatedly hand him the lantern because I can't tell you how many times I've been like, you should carry a light when things get dark, and he never listens.
It's not the time, Sybil.
So we'll turn that off, and therefore we will turn on. There you go. So we should now have some light. The answer to that question, and this is no. It's not active at them. Oh no, it can be active. It can be active. Tobias, when you actually get the lantern, before you decide to throw it or anything like that, you actually see. I'm just wondering why it's not giving off the light how it should. We'll leave it like that. You can actually see a little bit more detail down here where I'm pinging.
Okay.
And there appears to be, think about dry ice, that low ground hugging fog that you can, that's dry ice looks like. However, it's not white, it's green. It doesn't seem to be rising or anything. It just seems to be hugging the floor. If anything, it comes up to, you figure if you were standing in it, it'll come up to about midway up your calf. And you do notice that this body is out of it. Roll me an insight, Tobias.
Sure.
Oh, so close. 46 out of 41. That was your influence. Insight.
Well, so sorry about that.
That's not a problem. That's a much better roll. 34 out of 42. Brilliant. As you look at the situation before you, it looks like this body has crawled out of the green fog and is there. It's up the stairs just enough to make sure that none of its parts of its body are actually in the green dry ice. Dylan, you can see that as well as Tobias lights up.
I would like to warn everyone in the group to not bring fire to the fog, because a green fog makes me think of sulfur, something derived of sulfur, and sulfur is highly flammable, especially in its gaseous form.
There's only one problem. I already said that I was going to throw it. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but
yeah,
no,
I mean,
I don't want to metagame either.
All right.
My intent was to, to kind of Greek fire the desiccated corpse. You said it looks quite mummified, right? And it's moving.
Its hand moved, and that's the only part, and it looked quite desiccated. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to rule that I carry out my action before that warning.
So the first thing that you need to do is just roll your unarmed combat, so we can see where the lantern lands.
All right, you're gonna have to refresh my memory. Where's the unarmed?
It's in standard skills,
bottom
right?
standard skill.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it again. Okay, thank you.
You sort of like underarm throw it towards the body, and it just sort of like bounces slightly short of it, but it actually rolls over the body, and you notice that it's some of the oil from the lantern does spill out and starts to soak into the clothes of this creature or this man, and as it rolls, it catches a light, and you can see that these clothes start to burn. The lantern continues to roll down, and then it falls into the green green, and disappears. Right, I just need to make sure. It looks like you're still emanating light. Sybil, it looks like you're quite happily shedding light at the moment, which is not.
It's that inner glow I have happening.
It is, yeah. It looks like even though I've turned it off, people, it looks like it's all right. Some of you are seeing nothing now, but don't worry. See if I can. I don't know why it's. Just turn you off. Oh yeah, there you go. Right, let's turn your
now
vision
I'm fully
back.
in darkest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So it rolls. Dylan, you can do by all means.
All right.
Since Dylan has mentioned this, Amak wants to peek around the corner and get a look.
Yeah, you can move your character suitable amount so you can see it. Yeah, so you can see this green, almost like dry ice. It seems to be. The more people look at it, the more it seems to be undulating, as if there's some kind of air current or something. It doesn't seem to be stationary, but as the creature, the man's is back of his shirt catches a light, it seems to almost like motivate the creature to rise up, and you notice that it seems to be quite dried and husked. It seems to have very leathery skin, and it sort of like struggles to its feet. And just so you know, it is still at the back of it has started to come to set on fire. And it sort of like staggers to its feet, and then it almost like senses you. You notice that it's got hollow eye sockets, and it seems to have no weapons or anything like that, apart from it reaches out its hand, and you notice that the flesh seems to be dried and tight onto the skin, and it starts to make its way up towards you. And so if you can click on your tokens and then roll your initiatives, that would be brilliant.
All right, 15.
Better roll mind. Whoop. Okay, let me organize everybody. It says zombie on it, but that's not necessarily what it is. Let me just... I'm just going to rename it and called it dried up corpse. That seems to be descriptive enough. Yeah, so it sort of like staggers to its feet, and it seems to have these empty socket eyes, and you notice straight away the skin stretch round its fingers, and its fingernails quite long and almost like talon-like. And Sybil and Amok, who has the highest initiative?
14 here.
Mine is 11.
Okay, so we go like that. So Amok, you're up first. You see this creature rise. What would you like to do?
Is it moving? Is it alive? Does it look like it's clumsy or slow, or does it look like it could grab me just like anybody else?
It looks like it's quite slow. It stumbled as it got to its feet. It doesn't look, at the moment, it doesn't look like it's capable of sprinting or anything like that. But you can delay your action to make it defensive if you wish.
No, he wants to take advantage of the fact that it's below him. Out of character, he wants to go try to shove it with his club down the steps. Just give it a point of the club shove.
Okay then. So let's just see how far. What's your movement?
6.
6. So if you want to attack and move at the same time, then you can do a third of your movement, which would be 2 meters. So where it is at the moment, you won't be able to get to it, but you can be there ready when it moves forward on its turn, if that's what you would like to do.
Okay, I'll move forward. And does this green stuff have any sort of smell, or is it just visual?
Nice. Yeah. From where you are, you sort of like have come round the corner. There seems to be no smell to it. You are surprised how thick it is. You can't even see where the lantern went, or the ground, the floor beyond. So Sybil, you are now lanternless, but there, remember, you can move through friendly tokens, but not through enemy tokens, and you must have a clear space where you're moving to. You can't finish your turn sat on top of someone. Unless you want to piggyback or something like that.
No, that's fine. I think I am going to move here. Oh, wait here. This one.
Yeah, go for it. Can you move your token?
I did. It didn't quite go into that corner space,
Yeah,
but that's
so
kind of
hang on. If you hold down Alt on your keyboard, you'll be able to move it out of the lines.
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. Do you wish to? You'll probably have enough to delay and passively defend yourself if need be.
I was going to say I was going to hold to defend because I don't want to do anything into people.
Yeah, sounds good. And Dylan, what would you like to do?
So Dylan is in sort of a tight spot because none of his weapons really are adapted to being in a corridor with 3 people in front of him.
That is true.
The whip is absolutely not going to make it. And normal seems to have been thrown out the window.
You could throw a dagger.
I could attempt to throw a dagger. When I have line of sight, if I put myself here, just like slightly half a square north of where I was.
You can fire between their heads, I'm sure.
I mean,
there'll be a slight whoosh of hair as it goes by, but yeah, you can.
All right. Well, worst case scenario, I can always luck point.
Well, you're not firing into combat, so it'd just be a standard. So unless you fumble, then I think it'd be interesting what happens. But yeah, out comes that dagger.
I'll try it out. Failed by 6 points.
6 points. You sort of like fling it out, and Amok and Tobias, you just feel it coming through the gap, and it sort of like sails towards the zombie, the dried up corpse, but it sort of like staggers slightly, and as it staggers, it goes flying off, and you do hear it hit stone as it goes into the green dry ice.
How far does it does the noise come from? Like, is it something like 10 meters further that the stone noise is audible?
It's just, can you see where I'm pinging? It's just sort of like round this area somewhere.
Okay.
Where it landed.
And I'm also going to say additionally that if the gas does not smell, it's probably not sulfur because sulfur stinks.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So, Tobias, we're up to you on 14.
Sure. I think I'm going to
attack. Sorry.
I think I'm going to delay as well. And wait for it to come within striking range. I don't want to get into range of it unnecessarily.
Okay.
So I'm going to get just read literally once it becomes within reach, I'd strike at it.
Yeah. So you can only delay actions for defense. But you're both there, so if it does come close, you'll be able to defend against it. It does move, but incredibly slowly, and you both see it sort of like stumble up the stairs. Its maximum movement is actually 2 meters. So it literally moves there, but it's got no more. It's used up its movement and its action. So we'll be going straight into combat turn. Still in combat round 1, but we're on to turn 2 now. And Amok, you're up.
Same idea. He will use his club to try to knock it back or trip it or just hit it if that goes that way.
So if you hit it and you get in a special, then you can either use bash or trip or anything like your specials. So go for it.
All right.
Ooh. Now, you could use a point of luck, because that's 42 out of 30. So you could use a luck point and change it to 24, which would be a hit.
Why not? He's never hit anything before. I'll do it.
Nice. So you automatically get a special because this creature doesn't seem to be defending itself at all. So if you did, what sort of like special would you want to do? Have you got something in mind?
I think trip would make the most sense based on the fact that it's on the stairs.
Yeah. So your special would be trip. So you now need to roll a d20 for your hit location.
Okay. Think I have standard or high. Do I just the d20? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, just roll the d. That combat that won't work because you can't select tokens that belong to me. So just roll a 1d20.
Okay. All right. No magic button today. 8.
8. So that will be nicely in it. Is that a leg?
It's in the abdomen.
Oh, nice. Let me just pop their sheet over there. Yeah, so you whack it with your club. So let's do some damage first.
All right. The club says it's 1d6.
Yeah.
And
there should be a little button next to it. There you go. 3 points of damage into its abdomen, and then let me just make a note of that.
You shouldn't be walking.
And the okay, now I must make a opposed roll against your original attack roll. So your original attack roll would have been 24. I can choose either brawn, evade, or acrobatics. Unfortunately, I don't have acrobatics, and I am going to use my brawn, which is generally my best resistance skill. So it's a opposed roll against your 24. So he's actually successful, but you're because I got 22 out of 42, but you got 24. So you literally got 2 higher than me, which means that your roll, your trip succeeds. And this creature, tell me how you're going to trip him or it.
Well, I'm coming from above, so I'm swinging to hit his leg. I must have hit his abdomen, and then just two-handed push to the right or the left, whichever way is the best.
Yeah,
and
so
he must go over.
yeah, and you notice that he sort of like comes forward, and then he just sort of like topples backwards, and he actually topples and lands. He sort of like topples on the stairs if he's trying to gain his footing, and then just sort of like falls backwards into the green goo. And as he goes backwards, the light of his back that was aflamed disappears, and you notice everybody, you'll see that when he goes through the green smoke, it sort of like parts slightly as the air current change, and then he sort of like lands on the ground. And Dylan, for a moment you can see your dagger there, and then the green smoke sort of like covers him once more. Biohazard is on his way in, so I'm just going to slide in Leo, or for when he arrives. We'll put him on the turn order when he gets here. So that's brilliant. So Sybil, you're next.
Earlier, you mentioned that the dried up body wasn't really defending itself, correct? It was just sort of moving.
Yeah, it seemed to be. Roll an insight for me. You think it was probably focusing in on life or heat or something like that. It definitely seemed to just be almost like single one-track mind to sort of like come and grab you. I'm just going to...
Shall I wait till he joins?
Yeah, if you don't mind, that would be...
I do not.
Bum, 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 bum. His character's name called Leo. I think he introduced it as a gambling merc, did he?
Yes,
Yes, he
I
did.
believe the precise words were a degenerate gambling merc.
Yeah. And you all agreed it would be a wonderful addition to the group. I wonder why Sybil and people's name don't appear. I know it doesn't. I was just wondering why it doesn't appear on the turn order. You see, I can see your token, but not your name. But Amox does. Let me see, in the waiting room.
Amok has been marked
Yeah.
for death, perhaps.
Here comes Leo. Can you hear us?
There he is.
There he is.
Sorry about that.
No worries at all. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just for a quick bit of background, Leo, the party that you're in has been doing the same adventure as your previous group. So they also took a prisoner from the alleyway scene and went to the Mermaid's Tail. Their prisoner was called Kurt. The group decided, after some wonderful interrogation, to help Gus, who owns the Mermaid's Tail. And you're down in a warehouse down near the waterfront, trying to find out what Sniffer, who is the head of the Thieves Guild, what's happening to the warehouse. So they've gone down. You can see the stairs. You're on the stairs as you go down. Just round the corner, I don't know, let's just move you a bit so you'll be able to see. I'll move you back in a second. You can't see anything, can't you?
No,
Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so down here at the bottom of the stairs, there's like green, dry ice covering the floor. And what's just happened is there was a desiccated, a dried up corpse on this stair, and it came to life. And Amok, who is this character here, has just attacked it with their club, and they whacked it, but also tripped opponent and sent the body down the stairs. It was already set alight. Its back was set alight by Tobias throwing a lantern at it, and it's just sort of like went into the green dry ice, and momentarily everybody could see the floor. Then the green has covered it over once more. And could you just click your character and roll and click on the word initiative on your character sheet, and that'll put you in the turn order. Sybil.
Yes. Having noticed that the dried corpse didn't really defend itself, mostly just sort of like move towards us, I kind of mentioned that to the group, saying it's interesting that it's not defending itself, it's just sort of moving toward us. And now I'm going to move myself, and I'm going to take a chance and move myself here.
Ooh. Tobias is not going to like that. You know the right you know the right buttons to press, don't you? Yeah, you can. There you go. Okay, Dylan, you're up.
I'm thinking about the same as Sybil, right? It's the desiccated corpse must have about the will of a plant.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, with a very keen interest, just move up and look out as much as I can and try and understand what the hell is happening in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start to wonder what I have in front of me, be puzzled.
Do you have a suitable skill to roll to try to puzzle out what's going on? Do you have a law skill or anything like that?
I have a law skill, but it's about herbalism, which I doubt is going to be useful.
Okay.
So it would be rather insight or perception eventually.
You can roll your insight if you wish.
All right. Oh, that's a fail. Well, I mean, I could reverse it using a luck point, which I think I'm going to do.
Okay, then. So what do you want to gain an insight on? I don't want
essentially
to,
on the green gas, right? I would like to know what it could be, and especially the link it could have with the desecrated corpse.
Okay, so you haven't, in your limited experience as a 19-year-old, you haven't heard or seen anything like this before. The only thing that you are aware of is that sometimes potions or elixirs can be made that either produce smoke, like almost like a flash bomb or something like that, or smoke will emanate from the bottle. So the actual contents chemically produces smoke. As far as you know, you haven't seen anything about green smoke before, but this is very, very, very strange. Tobias,
could I eventually use the rest of my action or something just to check if there is some liquid at the bottom of the green emanations?
Yeah, so I'll tell you that for everybody would have seen this. So when the dried up corpse went back and it parted as it hit the dry stone, so there was no liquid there. or anything like that. It just hit the dry, and then it sort of like engulfed the creature once again. Tobias.
All right. Well, with a warning to Sybil, stay out of the brown cloud, you. I'm going to take a step back and grab that torch and try and take advantage of lighting that torch so we can get a bit better visibility.
Yeah. So that will give you the following. Right, let me just take that off and see whether or not. Okay, so you can now see. Everybody should be able to see what is going on now. Is that right? Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
I see the staircase and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sort of like lights up because it's a much brighter source, and you can see that down here these seem to be wine racks with bottles on them, and just over to one, this seems to be a solid wall, and there seems to be open crates here. This almost like matches. If you remember at the Mermaid Tale, he was saying about it being where all his goods were kept, and this is why he's going out of business, because he can't get all this. Now, I'd just like to remind you all, although you can see the floor because of your light, you can't see the floor, if that makes sense. It's all covered in that snow, that green smoke. Okay, and then Leo, what would you like to do?
I would try to like move front of the group right in front of the smoke and try to see if I can swirl the smoke up with my glaive ahead of me.
Okay.
Try to clear a path.
Yeah, so it works really well. Those currents seem to sort of like cause the green smoke to sort of like form little eddies and mini sort of like whirlpools. And every time you sort of like bring the blade backwards and forwards, it sort of like clears a space. And on one of your swings, it actually reveals the creature that Amok pushed back into it. And you suddenly notice it struggling, and it gets up on its turn onto its feet, arms outstretched, and we're going to go into combat. This
Is it still on fire?
No, it's not.
Okay.
This action, this turn is just going to be for anybody with 3 action points. So if you've only got 2, then you'll be out of it. Okay, but if you got 3, then you can still act. So, Amok, do you have an action point? Do you have 3 action points?
He does, yep.
Okay, so you may act. Just so we're clear, so can you see where Leo is standing? That is the last step that is out of the green smoke.
Okay.
Any further from that square, you're in the smoke. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it, Amok.
Back to his usual braveness. He has a thought and he says, I'll be right back. And then he starts to go back up the stairs because he's paranoid that somebody's going to close the lid of the hatch
Oh,
and chain them in, and he
oh.
wants to make sure he puts something heavy on it or something. So he's
Uh,
headed as far as he can back up the stairs.
Yeah, sounds good. And Sybil, do you have 3 action points?
Not.
Okay. Dylan, do you have 3 action points?
I do, and I think that I'm going to slap the good old corpse by moving a little bit on the right next to Leo,
Yeah.
and whip it, actually, trying to entangle it in some manner, depending on where the hit location dice will allow me to
Okay.
hit.
So roll your to hit. That
All right.
will hit. So you can, because you'll have a special. How long is the whip?
Oh, it's a relatively long. I think that the mechanical range of the whip is very long, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, very long. So
you're about 4 meters away from the creature where you are at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So is it 4 meters long that you can use it to?
I don't remember just how long in meters very long reach is.
So reach is it. To use reach, you're actually in combat. It's just that you're in different places within the combat. But you can whip it out. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. So you will have a special because it's not defending itself. So you can, if you wish, choose location. Or you can
I would
you could do
rather
something else.
use entrapping, because my chances of dealing some actual damage are slim. So
Okay.
yeah, really something just to hinder its already harsh movements. All right, so 2 points of damage, which would go to let me roll 1d20, 15, and that is the right arm.
Yeah. Okay. And so your special is going to be what?
Entrapping. So essentially,
entrapping.
It will reduce its movements.
Does it actually grab hold of it? That's what I wanted. Can you see? Does it sort of like wrap round it? So
yes, that's the idea.
Entangle. Yeah. Is that what we're doing? Allows the character wielding it, such as a whip or net, to immobilize the location struck. So where did you strike it? In its arm?
The right arm. So it cannot move its right arm right now.
Yeah. And I presume, therefore, your whip is actually on the following to the wielder can spend. Oh, I see. You could then spend your next action point an automatic trip attempt. And then I can free myself just with a normal yank free using my brawn. Nice. Yeah, so this creature sort of like goes around and it just sort of like attaches round it, and it sort of like wraps round its right arm. 2 points of damage, wasn't it? Right. Okay. And yes, I haven't forgotten. Tobias, do you have any action? Do you have 3 action points? Are you muted?
I do.
Oh, excellent.
And since turnabout is fair play, I mean, throwing daggers past your compatriots seems to be the norm around here. So I
Oh,
think I'm going to do the same thing.
okay, go for it. Let's see if you're as good as Dylan is.
Well, I failed, so let's hope that he's a bit better.
Hang on. First of all, I needed to hit roll. I needed
No,
combat.
that was the damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. We need a. Where's the? Oh, it should just be up in the.
Just be your combat style. Yeah.
Sure. There we go.
Yeah. Do you wish to use a point of luck?
No, because I do not possess any further luck.
Luck is replenished at the beginning of every session.
Oh,
so,
I
see.
Yeah. Am I throwing into combat? I mean, or is this more?
Not technically at the moment. I mean, you could use a point of luck and reverse it to an 18 if you wish. Or you could just let it sail out.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let it sail into the miasma there.
Yeah, so
Sybil probably says something along the lines of like, "What the heck was that? We are going to need to practice."
Yeah, as Dylan and Leo, a bit of your head goes as this dagger comes flying past. Leo, do you have 3 action points?
I do.
Okay. Then.
I'll engage it with my polearm, my glaive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and swing at it.
So what I'm going to do, we're going to move him here, so he's in combat range. So so he's in combat range. So Dylan, with you, he's at very long. Okay, so if he wants to try to attack you, he's going to have to move and use close range to actually get to you. How long is your glaive or halberd? What is it?
Yeah, it's a halberd. Very long.
Very long. So both of you are at very long range with this zombie. So if it tries to hit, it's not going to be able to hit you because it's using its weapons, its arms, which is has a touch reach. So what it would have to do is use a special to try to get to you. So yes, do some damage. Use your hit roll first, Leo.
Okay.
You can either leave it for 94 out of 40. You can either leave it and just take a miss, or you can use a luck point and roll again.
I'll take the miss.
Okay,
I'll save
so
the luck point.
you sort of like swing round with the glaive, and the little husky dry corpse still has very long range. So it's almost like keeping it at bay. Its legs up to its thigh is still in the green smoke. Just as we move into combat round 2, Amok, you notice that the doorway up above has been shut, and there's no, it's not. It's still open. It's still. It's still completely open up there, and we're coming to combat round 2, so second 5 seconds. So we've all the first round. Remember, combat rounds only take 5 seconds. So we're coming into the second 5 second. Amok, you can look up and you see it's exactly how you left it, although there's no light emanating from up there.
Given it's dark, he's satisfied and he will start to head back down.
Yeah. Nice. Sybil, on 20, what would you like to do?
I believe Sybil is going to just continue to kind of move forward a little bit not firing into combat, since that doesn't seem to be well for her compatriots. So I'm going. Sybil's moving here now.
Okay, so we won't implement it this game. I'll let you see the rules so you can see it. There are rules set up for wielding big weapons in small spaces. Okay, so I'll let you have the rules, then you can see it. So so you want to move next to Leo. You can squeeze in that little gap. Do you have a weapon out?
I do have my dagger in my hand.
Nice. You will probably have enough to chuck it if you wish.
Ah, I wish.
Okay, so it will be a hard roll because they are in combat. You probably won't hit anybody if you miss. It's just at the moment it's got an arm. Dylan's wrestling it with an arm. You need to roll your combat style first.
Silly me. Hold on.
Do you wish to use a point of luck? You could use a 46 out of 50, 64 out of 51. So you could reverse to make it 46, and it would hit it.
It would hit it at a hard, because I think hard's 35, isn't it?
Oh yes, sorry, you're right. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not going to point it.
Your dagger joins the other daggers on the opposite side. Right, Dylan, you
playing cornhole.
Dylan, you have this creature attached to your whip, so you can automatic. You don't need to roll or anything. You can spend your action point and automatically trip the opponent.
I would like to. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll trip it. I was thinking of striking it with my short sword, but I don't know if it would be worth it.
Not when you got a whip attached to his arm. The other thing to remember is that you're currently in very long reach to it. But your sword, if it's a short sword, I think it'll have a reach of short, does it?
Let me check that. It has a reach of short, yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the corpse has gotten very close, right? It's
the corpse is in combat with you. It's just that you and Leo are keeping it at a distance. It becomes really effective. For example, if you have a quarter staff, you can actually keep monsters away from damaging you. So you could, I tell you what you could do, you could trip it, i.e. pull it towards you, because it's got which will make it go prone. And then your next, because that'll use your action point up, you can then ready your short sword next round or your next action.
All right. Well, I'm going to trip him and pull it against us so that we can, in a relatively classic fashion and out of the green fog, bully it.
So it sort of like stumbles to the floor, and that allows your whip to come loose if you wish to have it loose, and we come up to Tobias. You're going to yank Sybil back, aren't you? You're going to say, Sybil, get back here.
That's always an option, since
an option.
Since she can throw daggers better than I can. Yeah, I think that is actually a good idea. We want Sybil out of trouble. We'll yank her back a square behind friend Luke. Lionel.
Okay.
Leo.
So Tobias and Sybil, we're actually going to use an opposed brawn roll here between you two, just to see, because you'll feel this suddenly from behind. So if you both roll, this would be so good. Opposed, so brawn rolls. Sybil has a 10.
Ooh.
Oh, right. Tobias currently
Just couldn't get the leverage.
or you could use a luck point,
Flip
change it to a
now's
19.
a perfect point. Yeah, that's a good point. Now's a good time, especially since it's an opposed roll. Yes, I think exactly. Now's the time to post my particular brand of protectionism.
Chivalry, yeah. So all of a sudden, Sybil, you find you throw your dagger, and all of a sudden you feel somebody sort of like pull you back away from the combat. Leo, you're sat there, you see Sybil next to you in combat, and then all of a sudden she sort of like gets pulled to one side as it's your turn to go, Leo. So you can, this creature is now prone on the floor. So if you wish to hit it, you can do. It's not completely helpless at the moment. 50 will miss it. You can use a point of luck and go to a 5, which will hit.
I'll do that.
Okay then. So you swing your glaive at very long reach, and it slices into the creature. So the first thing I need you to do is roll. You're going to have a special. So the first thing that you need to do is tell me what that special is going to be.
Impale.
Impale. Okay then. So you are now going to roll a 1d20 to tell me where you impale it. Roll the 1d20 first.
Yeah. Got ahead of myself.
11. Oh, right in its chest. Right in its chest. Yeah, straight in. So you now can roll 2 lots of damage. So you roll it twice, and we take the highest one. Do you want to take that 9, or do you want to leave it?
I'll take the 9. The 9's pretty close to max.
Okay, so that's 1 with your 9. So roll another one, and we'll take the maximum from it. Oh,
Nice.
double 9. Okay, so this is going into its chest. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't laugh like that. So you sort of go straight into this creature's chest, who's all prone on the floor, and you feel your halberd sort of like slice through the flesh, catching on maybe a couple of bones as it goes in. So remember, because you've impaled, your halberd is in that beast now, and to at your next round you can use a brawn check to pull it out if you wish. But yeah, it's in there, and the creature lets out almost like a silent scream. It sort of like opens its mouth, and you notice some of its tight skin splits as it sort of goes like that, but no sound emanates from it. And the creature on its turn, still with the halberd impaled on its chest, it suddenly gets up to its feet, and it can see the halberd. And Leo, you get this strange feeling that it looks like it's going to still come towards you, almost like pushing its way down your halberd. Does that make sense? Has it?
Yeah.
It's now. It's like your Leo. You've got it kebabbed on your halberd, and we're coming into. We're still in round 2, but coming to turn 2. And Amok, you've come down the stairs. You've seen Tobias pull Sybil back, and you can see this dried up, desiccated corpse. Looks like it's going to try to move towards Leo, and Dylan's there with a whip in his hand. And what would Amok like to do?
It looks like they've got that handled. So he's looking for. He knows they're going to have to deal with this green stuff. He's looking for features on the wall he can climb up and start to move past this whole business toward the room without touching the green stuff.
Okay.
If there's nothing there, that's just he's going to dither.
So use a perception check. Let's roll a perception check and see what you find. So I think I mentioned this last time. So when anything like this happens, the amount of success on your roll determines what you actually notice. So obviously a critical success will tell more than a standard success or fumble or a fumble or a fail. So you do you succeed in your roll. Just to let you know, it looks like down here is human built. It's got quite chunky blocks of stone that will probably make climbing a lot easier. The only issue is the ceiling is not very high at all once you get down to this area. Okay, so depending how big people are, their size will depend whether or not they can shimmy and climb, and of course what their skill is like. Sybil, you've just been yanked back by your hero, Tobias. What would you like to do?
Duly unnecessary, but thank you.
I can't wait till one of the days when Tobias is in front and Sybil just yanks him back to protect him. What would you like to do?
Sybil I am probably going to throw another dagger at this creature.
Okay, so it is now in combat, so it will be hard.
Yes, I know.
You got this.
Yes. As it's the creature tries to pull itself through the halberd and along the shaft, and you just take out and go. Okay, then. Yes. So you will have a special. So you can use impale. You can't choose location, but you can use impale or bleed or whatever you would like to use.
Oh, I would love to use bleed. I love bleed.
Brilliant. So let's see whereabouts you hit it first.
Yep. Weapons.
D20 first.
Please remind me where the D20 is.
You just need to, on the left, there's a little dice down the toolbar, down the left-hand side. If you got it in the same place, there you go. Perfect. Oh, head hit. Okay, you're going to use bleed. Okay, then, so would you like to take that 4 that you've already rolled, or would you like to roll again?
No, the 4 is fine.
4 is fine, and that's going into its head. Okay. Yeah, it sort of like slices past the cheek of it, and you see a gash appearing as it slices through.
May I ask a question about what we
Yeah.
see with this creature?
Yeah,
Clothing wise, is his clothing seem contemporary to ours, or does it look a little bit older?
it looks like what you would expect. You've been on the streets, when you were an orphan. It looks like commoner's garb. So it's quite simple breeches, and
Okay.
you do just roll your insight for me. You do remember, was it Gus who is the owner of the Mermaid's Tale?
It is.
Yes.
Gus mentioning that he had sent some people to find out what was going on, but they never came back.
Yeah.
You think you've probably, this could
Scarf.
be, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll my endurance roll, okay, against your original attack roll, which was 34. I fail, so at the start of the next round, then I will take a level of fatigue and continue every round to take a level of fatigue until I collapse unconscious. Dylan, you're up.
All right. Well,
Your whip's been released, or do you want to keep hold of it? I'm happy for you to do either.
No. I think that the whip can come back to my hands, and what I'm going to do is use my short sword to strike the corpse once more, hoping it goes through.
Okay, so hang on.
89. That's just not going to cut it.
Yeah, it's not going to cut it at all. I presume you have to swap hands, or are you a dual wielder?
No, I'm dual wielding. I'm using left hand for the sword and right hand for the whip.
So that fails. Do you wish to use a point of luck?
No, I'm going to set this one out.
Okay. Tobias, you are up. You've got your beloved Sybil right next to you, who's continuing to throw daggers, and you see one just slice through past the head of this beast. And what would you like to do?
Sure, I hold out my hand and I say, let me have one of those daggers, please. You want me to practice, yes?
I hand him my third dagger. I will be expecting it back.
Okay, and that would be your readying your weapon action.
Sure.
Leo. Now, Leo, you've got this thing on your halberd, kebabbed onto your halberd. So you have a choice. You can either leave it there, okay, or you can attempt to pull your halberd free. If you are successful in pulling it free, it will do half the amount of damage that it did when it went in. So you did 9 points damage going in, so half of it is 4.5. But we always round up in Mythras, so it'll do 5 points of damage if you successfully yank it out.
Would it be possible to yank it to in my position, so like I move left and then it take my spot in the middle here? So
it won't. Okay, so if you want to produce a special like that, which is almost like a type of trip to bring it forward, then you would have to roll a combat style roll as well. So in order to get that trip special. So your normal action would just be pulling it out. And that would take an action. If you want to actually do something with it as well, then we need a combat roll. So what could happen, you could use your brawn and pull it out. Or you can use the combat, that'll give you a special, then you can use your brawn to pull it out and hopefully pull it into that gap. So let's do it one thing at a time. Are you going to try to pull your halberd out?
If I pull it out, it'll be now what, at long range engagement instead of very long. It moved a step closer.
As it needs to use its action to close range on you, no matter what. So on six, I could actually use my action to close range. And what that would mean is that I'm now fighting inside your halberd. So instead of doing your normal halberd damage, you'll do 1d6 to hit. You'll just be hitting with the shaft part of it.
Understood.
But I'll be able to get my grubby hands onto your face or whatever, rather than onto your weapon.
Okay, so I think I'll yank the halberd back out. I'll do the brawn to deal that 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Hopefully it's enough to pass that threshold damage.
Nice, go for it. Yeah, is your brawn skill higher than your combat?
It is.
You should be grappling or something. So you sort of like yank the halberd out, and that was in its chest, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It will do 5 points of damage to the chest. And it sort of like pulls it out, and you notice that a little bit more comes out that went in. Some internal organs that are quite wrapped up and quite dry, almost like stumbles out as you pull your halberd forward, and the beast sort of like rocks for a while and then collapses down and appears to be dead on the floor. It's not moving anymore. Part of it is on the bottom step, and the other half of it is in the green smoke. So probably from waist downwards. So so we're going to come out of combat order at that point, and this beast is dead. When I say dead, I mean it's no longer moving. Well done, Leo.
Turn to Dylan. And say, is this a friend of yours?
No, not really an acquaintance. I do not accustomed to knowing corpses.
Especially animated ones. You draw the line somewhere.
It'd make for an interesting story,
you've got
though.
to have limits.
So you can all see this green smoke that's covering up the floor. Just to let you know, from your point of view with your breathing and things like that, the only smell you can detect is almost like rotting food smell or dampness. It's quite damp in here. But the other thing that you also all notice is that the air is quite still. And so the smoke just hangs, almost like that, like mist in early morning when it's just covering the ground. It's a bit like that. There seems to be, once the air stops moving from you people moving around, it just slowly settles again.
So I have one comment to make and one question to raise. The comment is going to be, this oozes magic. And the question I have is, do I see the gases attacking the corpse? Like, is the flesh being eaten out, or
Good
is it
question.
stable?
It is totally stable.
Okay.
If anything,
So
go for it, Tobias.
I was going to say, so my response is, well, to hell with that then. Come on, Sybil. I start heading back up the stairs.
I'd like to make a gambler roll and see like if my character is just gonna take the reckless choice to just step in the
Yeah,
smoke.
by all means, go for it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, if no one else is gonna, if everyone else is too scared to walk in, and then I'll start
I'm going
walking
to
into the
take
guy.
I'm going to take a step back as I see him do that, just in order to not get the gas that's going to move inside of my lungs.
Sybil,
Sybil is not moving yet because I was like, I still want to retrieve my other dagger, and I resist Tobias as I go to get my dagger.
That's so Leo, you step into the green smoke. As you step in, it sort of like moves to one side, and you can see the floor and the stone floor. The movement in this smoke reveals any daggers that you can see in this desiccated, this encrusted corpse there. You don't feel anything. It's not burning you or anything like that, and it's you're not. There's nothing hurting your throat or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll be like, it looks like someone was just someone's refrigerator's broken or something. I don't know, storage out of whack. But I think we're good, guys, and I'll reach down to pick up the daggers to pass it to Sybil.
Yeah.
I'll also ask for my dagger that's on the ground. And I'll use my cloak as a form of protection in front of my face, and I will recommend everyone to walk slowly through the gas just to avoid little surprises.
Yeah, as we walk forward to you, I use my buckler to kind of fan in front of me to kind of clear a path of smoke.
Yeah. So the smoke only goes up to your shin level. It's about halfway between your feet and your knee. So there's no smoke in the air or anything like that.
Yeah, no, like I'm fanning the ground so I could see where I'm stepping in front of me.
Yeah. So Leo picks up. Do you wish to pick up all the daggers? I think is there 3 down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 3 thrown. Yeah.
Yeah.
One Dellen, one Tobias, one Sybil.
Yeah. So you can find them both, and you pick them up. And just to let you know, even when you reach in, the smoke doesn't harm you or anything like that. It's not stinging or anything at all. You find the daggers, and you come back out and sort of like hand them to the red. I think 2 of the daggers were yours, weren't they, Sybil? Even though Tobias threw one. Was it your
yes.
dagger? Yeah. So Leo comes out of the smoke things and sort of like hands the daggers over.
Yeah. And I'll just jokingly pretend like I'm choking as I'm handing back the daggers.
Yeah, I'd like to point out, guys, as a wise man once said, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. At least Dellen is covering his mouth. Please don't. We don't need to be messing with things we don't understand.
It's okay. Lady
Yeah,
Luck's on our side. We got nothing to worry about.
Sure, Lionel, but please do be careful nonetheless. Like, we don't want you either collapsing or turning into that stuff. And I point to the corpse that's half into the fog.
And you got a bit on your boots there. See, it's like clinging. Look.
Oh, it's nothing a little bit of water can't wash off.
I mean, we did do what we said we were going to do. We came to discover what was in the warehouse, and sadly, all their goods are gone.
I see a bunch of bottles up ahead.
Is there
I mean,
wine
we
on the
can't
wine
just-
rack?
Yeah, I'm gonna say we can liberate some wine. Celebrate
I mean,
later.
You want to liberate wine that's got green gas on it?
Wash it off. I mean, the wine's inside the bottle.
Only the bottom layer of wine would be submerged underneath the green smoke. The top ones are, unless of
Those are for the
course
sniffers.
Unless, of course, the smoke used to fill the whole of the rooms up to ceiling level and is now slowly dropping down.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend to consume anything that's left in here, especially since we overheard the sniffers say that they left a surprise for Gus when he came down. And well, it's us that are discovering the surprise, but it doesn't really matter. I would like, nonetheless, to get to the bottom of this and understand what the hell is going on.
What does get to the bottom of this mean? Does that mean you want to move further into the green smoke, or do you want to go back and get
As Leo just steps into the smoke.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
I'd like to
investigate
explore.
the wine.
I would like to explore the cave, but maybe not so recklessly. And I just point out to Lionel, I don't know if I would go in so boldly.
Oh, guys, we got this. We got this. Like, what was another shambling, corpse comes our way? Like, what are they gonna do? Die again?
Leo came and conquered.
But how did he die the first time? I mean,
And to Dylan's point, if it's magic, that means that someone has to be doing it.
And that means we know who we gotta kill then, and then we don't turn undead.
Yeah,
Here,
that's
Leo.
the thing I'm most interested about, is who is causing this. And I'm going to walk very slowly just to not upset the gas, and with the cloak in front of my mouth, into the fog.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm gonna hold out the torch and say, "Here, Leo, since you're already having a look."
I'll walk up and grab the torch.
So just to remind you that if you got your torch, you would either have to drop the torch or hand it to somebody to engage in combat with your halberd.
Understood.
Okay, so let me take the light off there. I don't know where the light is coming from at the moment, but we'll do.
Well, we did light that. We maybe coming from the. We did light that.
This
Coming off
one.
the torch
Yeah.
that Tobias had, yeah.
That's the torch that Tobias has.
Oh, okay.
And has that now passed it on.
I'll switch to longsword one hand, and then in my free hand I'll have the torch.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take the short sword on my hand that's not busy, so my left hand, well, my right hand is busy covering my face. I'll ask Leo to come over here with some light, and to walk slowly.
Yeah. So just before anybody else moves, let me tell you what you can see on either side, because your light now is revealing more. So, Dylan, on your side, these are huge ale caskets. They've got the tap on the front. They seem to be in okay condition. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not depleted, they're not decaying or anything like that. Beforehand, you noticed that you could smell rotting food. I think that might have been Sybil who smelt that. I'm not too sure. And it's coming from these crates here that seem to have some kind of vegetable in them. They're now all rotten. You don't think they've been... It looks like it's a natural rotting process. You don't think it's been increased or anything like that magically. Down this side, so down the side where Leo is, you can see similar wine or ale caskets up there, huge barrels of it. On both sides, these here, and I think there's some on the other side coming round this corner. These seem to be small upright barrels. They're about up to your knee in height. Of course, some of it is actually covered with the smoke. And then going straight ahead, you can see the wine. This is some kind of sack. It could have something like flour in or something like that. You're not 100% sure. There's more crates down there. This here seems to be a table that might have had various vegetables or some kind of organic matter on it. You can see through the light it all seems to be decaying. There seems to be a gap here that you can see that goes off to the west, and Leo, you can notice that there's some barrels in there in the corner. But the other thing, Leo, that sort of like attracts your attention is this here, because this is a door.
Yeah, as soon as I catch it, the frame of the door, I'll gesture to everybody, kind of giving a little whistle to get everyone's attention and point at the door with the sword.
So Dylan, was there something that you wanted to do?
Yes, I was just going to say that before opening any doors, we should just about clear the spaces that we have already uncovered. So first check the different crates. And I would personally focus on all the things that are not rotting, because it's the same thing as the fish crates outside, right? Those are just the normal supplies of the inn, and they are the least interesting thing that we could find here ever. So anything out of the ordinary that we may find would be of more worth.
Are there any markings on the crates though? I just want to, because I know up above there was markings on the doors.
Yeah.
Are there any markings on the crates that might indicate something?
You show me which crates you're heading towards, and I'll tell you what you can see.
Okay. I will be heading towards maybe.
There's some here. Yeah, or you can go to an ale casket. That's up.
Yeah, sorry, I meant an ale casket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, move yourself to where you would like to be.
Meanwhile, I'll gesture Leo to come with me around this corner.
Okay, so Amok and Tobias, what are you doing?
Are there any other torches on sconces?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Could we see something to make a makeshift torch?
I have a lantern with me. I should be able
to. You can pick up the lantern that's on the floor. Sybil's lantern is on the floor, isn't it? Because it was tossed down by.
It is. Tobias tossed it.
Would you?
Sometimes no cares for my things, but that's okay.
No.
I'll let Leo pick pick that up. I'm covering my face, wrapping it, and I'm not touching the green stuff at all.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a yellow dot on, so we know that Leo has a torch. Sybil, are you picking up your lantern, or are you letting somebody else pick up your lantern,
No,
or you
on my
just
way to
leave
the
it?
on my way to the casters, I'll pick up my lantern.
Brilliant. So let me give you some light. Make sure that is working. Yeah. Dylan, did you want to light a lantern too?
No, because I have Leonel besides me. If
Okay.
anyone needs it, I can lend it. I just don't need it personally.
Okay. Tobias, what will you be doing?
Well, now that I've seen Sybil step down into the miasma there, I suppose I'm going to sadly shake my head and mutter, "Well, let's all be stupid then."
Sybil,
I'm
he
gonna
called you
follow
stupid. He called you stupid. You put yourself where you would like to be.
Yep.
And that's it, you do. Okay, let me do each side separately. So let's do Leo and Dylan's side first. What did you want to do? Leo's sort of like being a torch stand. Dylan, what do you...
I would gladly ignore anything that smells rotten and rather focus on all the other crates like these, maybe eventually a casket, the sacks over here, and just check if there is the same mark that we already found of the sniffers, anything that looks odd, magical, eventually the source of the fog.
Okay.
I'm really just looking for clues on why is there a green fog and what is happening here on a regular basis.
Okay, so the first thing, none of the caskets, and this goes to anybody who is looking for the mark. I think, Sybil, you were looking for it as well. There's no markings on anything that you can see. There's no black mice branded in or anything like that at all. From your side of the cellar, there's, although the green smoke is there, there seems to be no source of it at all. The crates seem to be sealed. Would you like to open one of them?
Yes, with some caution nonetheless.
Okay, so give me a brawn roll when you're ready.
That is going to be embarrassing.
Do you need a hand?
Here goes. Yeah, potentially. I will need more than one hand because I have 27% brawn.
Yeah. I'll hand you the torch and be like, observe, and try to open it for you.
Roll your brawn. Yeah, you have a good go at it, and you use what appears to be a nearby crowbar, and you struggle with it as Dylan is watching.
This is on there real good. I mean, they did a really good job packing this.
Yeah, really, nailed it down hard. It could be the green smoke, actually. Sybil, you're over the opposite side with Tobias, and then I'll come to you, Amok. What would you like to do round your side?
Well, you've already answered the question about whether or not there's any markings as far as like the black mice go. So I think I am just going to continue to maybe look over here as well. and see
Yeah.
if there's,
So-
just continue to like see if there are any of the caskets are loose, or there's any information that doesn't require that's evident but
Yeah.
hidden.
So just to make everybody aware, say for example, I had a monster hiding down here. It won't appear on your screens until it's illuminated or until you've got line of sight. So things could be hiding and you wouldn't notice it. Although the map looks blank, it might be there and hiding away. Sybil, are you going round this corner or are you just staying where you are? Now that I've said that.
Well, I wasn't going around the corner either way. I pinged kind of where I wanted to be, like right here. It's just kind of like, I'm aware that things lurk in the dark, so I want to like proceed with caution, but I want
But
to.
you have Tobias with you.
I do have Tobias with me, although today he seems a little brutish for my tastes. But I do have him with me. Yes.
So the small barrels there that you can see. Do you wish to move them or just have a look at the outside? Give me a little bit more information.
Sure. No, I want to move them. I don't necessarily want to like try to force them open. But like move them to see if there's, any additional information or something hidden in there.
So you can move them. You figure that they're about half full of something. There's no sloshing, so it's definitely not a liquid. It could be anything from cocoa powder to flour or what. They seem to be quite hefty, and it's quite normal practice to half fill barrels if the substance is heavy, so all the barrels weigh roughly the same. That allows shipping merchants to know how many barrels and just count up the weight like that.
I
And
should
they
probably
seem
also
to
say, sorry, I probably meant to say it and I forgot. But also when I was speaking to Izzy, she mentioned that they had special items. And so like I also kind of like, that's really kind of what I'm looking for amongst all the stock that they have back here.
Yeah, you almost like think if there were special items, they'd probably be behind the door, as if it's something that can be shut away.
Okay.
Mark, what would you like to do? You're keeping
My
guard.
thought exactly.
Yeah.
Dylan keeps saying, "Look for the interesting stuff. The door is the most interesting thing." So Amok is going to go over towards the door and see if it's locked, to see if it's padlocked, if it's
Okay,
openable.
so you go over to the door. It seems to have one of those latches that has a handle. You press the top, and inside something lifts up, a simple lever action. It doesn't seem to have a keyhole or anything like that. You can try to press and open the door if you wish.
Yeah, I wish, but very quietly and slowly.
Okay, then let me just change my layer. And okay, and this is going to be interesting. Okay, there's a room beyond. I'm going to move you into it because I didn't make the dynamic lighting right at this stage. Can you see inside now?
Yeah, dimly.
Yeah, it seems to be almost like an office rather than a storage item. You can see there's a table there with a log on it, and there seems to be various items. You also notice that there's a huge double door here.
Okay, Amok will head to the desk. He'll look to see if there's anything that is worth making disappear, like metal object or piece of jewelry or drawers that open. He's doing the test everything on the desk thing.
Yeah. So I need a group roll perception. So one person is going to roll a D100, and then we'll use that to see if anybody hears anything. So whoever wants to roll it, just roll a 1D100.
I could do it.
Okay, no, it's
Okay.
77. Okay, so Amok, was that successful for your perception?
No, definitely not.
Definitely. Okay, top 4 people. Was that successful for your perception at a difficulty of hard?
No, it was not. Could I eventually use a luck point to re-roll that?
Yes, of course.
Then
Don't go less than 77.
14. There you go.
14. So Amok, does a roll of 14 allow you to hear something?
Yes.
Yes. And the top 4 characters, yours will be 14 on a hard. So I can see that Dylan's is successful. Will anybody else be successful at a hard?
Yeah.
Mine
for
is
me, it's still
successful.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay then. Amok, you're the first person to hear this because you are further down into the room. The rest of you'll hear it in a second in the distance. Amok, you open the door and you're in the room and you hear coming from this direction a sort of like sound. Amok, what would you like to do? And then I'll come to the rest of you.
I would like to be very, very quiet and not check the desk. I will move slowly under the desk.
Okay, so roll your stealth skill for me.
That's a success at a standard level.
Yeah, you creep under the desk. Is this door open or closed?
I'm muted. He would have left it just slightly cracked.
Okay, that's all right. Right, so people at the top, you're next. You hear sort of like a sound coming from this direction. Leo, you do notice that Amok is no longer there. The last time you saw him, he was heading towards the door. What would top people want to do?
I'm going to utter a very bizarre swearing and I'm going to head towards the door slowly.
Again, so...
Yeah, I'll follow right along and trying to do a quiet yell, being like, Amon!
Sybil's going to turn to Tobias and be like, that little guy keeps getting us into more and more situations because he keeps
What the hell
disappearing
do you
into
want?
places.
We're touching things, moving things.
I mean, I
Scanning
thought
this
we were
green
touching and
fog.
moving things as a group, but he keeps like It's like he's on a mission to
Hey,
find something.
who are we talking about? Amok or Leo?
Amok.
Yeah, we're talking
Amok.
about Emma.
First he
All
goes
right.
down a chimney. Now he goes into a room.
I tell you what annoyed you on the first bit because he made all that noise, didn't you? he went, help, help, I need help. And you all came rushing and he was just joking. Tobias and Sybil, would you like to move?
Yeah, I growl, stay behind me at least, and kind of shrug my shoulders in defeat and start heading over.
So put your
Yep.
token where you would like to be, and you as well, Sybil. Nice. So as the light and the body heat has come further down, it seems that it has animated or encouraged what appears to be two of these dried up, husky, desiccated creatures. They are actually moving very slowly out. And as they come out, they immediately sense the light and the body warmth to the left of them, and with their arms outstretched, they slowly start to move towards you. So hang on, nobody roll anything yet. Let me just take everybody off. Right, everybody, for the second session, everybody, can you roll your initiatives? And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've added your names to the turn order. So they now come up. And Amok, I sent you a message.
Got it.
If you ever get a green message, it literally means that only you can see it. So I can see them all, but if it's green, then only you will see it. Nobody else will see it. Okay, then. Are we all back?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Fantastic. I was just looking at Biohazard's dagger hit.
This is exactly how I was picturing it, like when Sybil was throwing the daggers and landed the headshot.
Excellent. Okay. I've had a look at your initiative. So we're in the correct order. So Amok, we're coming to you. So you're currently hid underneath the table in the room. Is there anything you would like to do?
Okay, so noticing what you told me about.
Yeah.
Can I hear through the door that my companions are coming, or is it not clear? Just
what I would do is just hang there, almost like divvy your action, because as soon as they start making noise, you will know. So if they, at the moment, turn around and run away, then you'll be aware that they're running away. If they're going into combat, then you'll know that. So currently, they are stood. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, would he be able to hear me like yell, like kind of the soft yell out his name when I was moving through the room calling him out?
Yes. So you heard that. You heard your name being called.
Okay, but it came from roughly the same direction as the.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because you're in the room.
I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna
Okay.
be as useful as I usually am.
Hey, Tobias, it's your turn to burst into combat. Come on. It'd be so funny if Sybil just pulls you back. Tobias, the action is all yours. What would you like to do? Are you muted?
You're muted again.
Now you're definitely muted.
What's happening now?
I think something's wrong with his equipment because the camera isn't working either.
Hold on a second, dear.
Oh, we've got you.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, perfect. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's not a problem.
I think it's a driver issue. In any case, I don't want to get in the way of the fellows with the reach weapons.
Okay.
So, I mean, daggers seems to be the order of the day. I'm going to assume that mine was handed back when everyone else's was.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna let fly with the dagger.
Okay then. So roll your combat
Sure.
style first.
For sure.
So I'm just updating my tracker. That will hit. So the zombies should have numbers on them now that you can see. So that
Sure.
hit zombie 1. So I need a special, then your hit location, then your damage.
All right. Let me think about this special for a quick second.
Now that I think of it, did the other corpse bleed when we struck it?
Yeah, when Sybil Fat got it the headshot.
It oozed nothing.
I thought it was when we got the headshot and when I pulled the halberd out, like chunks and everything was spilling out.
It brought out almost like calcified or rotten innards. There was no sort of like a spurt of blood or anything like that. And when Sybil's dagger went across the cheek, it sort of like opened up, and that was it.
Gotcha.
I guess I'll just go for choose location. Can you do that ranged?
You can if you're in close range and the monster is immobilized and doesn't know what's happening, but in this case they're not, so you can't use choose location.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's very fair. Tell you the truth, it's not a lot of options.
You could take the impale.
Yeah,
Okay.
the impale is always an option.
With a small weapon?
Yeah, you can do it with your dagger.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
Okay, then.
We'll go with the impale.
Okay, so roll 1d20 to see where it hits me.
Okay. How may I roll others? Dice d20.
Oh, head hit.
So headshot, yeah.
Head hit. Okay, then. So you're going to roll your damage twice, and we're going to take the largest one.
And for dagger, that'd be d4 plus 1. Well, I don't think we need to roll the second time, do we? Because I got the 5.
Yeah.
So
Is that the max that you can do?
that's max damage, yes.
Oh, do you not have a damage modifier? Oh, no, you don't.
I do not.
Oh, bless. 5 points of damage to the head. Right, so the dagger flies through the air and almost like lands in the eye socket of this beast. And it just sort of like sticks out, and it's now stumbling towards you with a dagger in its eye. Right,
I'm going to take the opportunity to make a snide comment to Sybil and say, I'm not gonna say I'm a big deal or anything, but did you see that throw?
5 points of damage to the head. Let's take it down to that.
Took you long enough to get started.
Yeah.
I just needed to see you do it the first time.
Yeah. So somebody says domestic. Start to argue between the Sybil. It's your turn.
Following Tobias's lead, I am also going to throw my dagger, but I actually, now that I'm looking where I'm standing, I might be able to because there are two people between.
You can do a little bit of a movement to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a problem. Through the air it goes. Ooh. Do you wish to use a point of luck and re-roll it?
I do.
Okay, nice one.
But it doesn't matter.
You're slowly going down. Yeah, that's the thing. The dagger flies.
It's because I've been manhandled like twice already. I'm a little off my game. You know, I'm frustrated at being tossed around.
You didn't want to show Tobias up and get a critical hit and get 2 specials and knock one flying. Leo, you are up.
So yeah, I'll hand Tobias the torch, and spend the action point to swap over to my glaive.
Yeah. Tobias, do you want this torch, or are we dropping the torch? Is Tobias muted?
Now I have 2, so obviously on my turn I'm going to throw one, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, then let me just take off that. We'll leave the light for the second. So that's that's your action done, Leo.
I was gonna move up as well.
Yeah, you can move a small amount like that. That's cool. This guy moves forward. They can only move 1 square at a time. So this, the first guy sort of like gets there and he's just sort of like claws out at you, Dylan, as it comes towards you. Let's see if you get manhandled by my... no, and he sort of like reaches out and he seems to have tried to go for your face, where it can see exposed skin, and it sort of like reaches out and almost like rakes across near you. We are now in touching range as I engage. And Dylan, you're next.
All right, so Dylan is visibly very annoyed that this is the 3rd time he encounters in the same night something that tries to kill him. It's a bit much. And
it's totally uncalled for.
Visibly very, very angry. And I'm going to do the safe thing for someone my constitution, and I'm just going to get on the back of Leo, and I'm going to hurl a dagger at number 1.
Hang on. Do you wish to disengage from me? Because you're in combat with me. Is
that going to take my whole action?
Yes. So to actually disengage, what you need to do is change ranges. I'm just quickly outmaneuvering mounted combat. Withdrawing from a fight. So you're withdrawing from the fight technically. So you need to... Okay, so you can do it by taking a combat action and pushing them away and things like that. You can roll to hit and then get the special, which is withdraw, and automatically withdraw. Alternatively, or you can use your action to change range, which means you can move here, but you will be actionless at that point.
Well, if it always is an option to withdraw with a special effect, I'm going to try and just hit number
it.
one with a
Nice.
short sword.
Yeah, go for it.
Do the responsible thing.
So touch to short, the only time that reach comes into play is when there's two difference, and it's only one difference. So roll your combat skill. Do you like my combat skill? It's called rigor mortis. I thought that was yeah.
So that's a success.
So I'm not defending. So you will have a special. So you can use withdraw as your special, but you still do hit. So you need to do a D20 and some damage, and then withdraw.
So here comes the D20, an 18. That's the left arm.
Yeah.
And here comes the damage. 5 damage. That's nice.
That is nice. Left arm.
And I will followingly withdraw behind Leo.
Nice. Okay, we're coming back up to the top of the combat round, and it's round one still, but turn 2. And Amok, you can hear the sound of combat outside. What would you like to do?
Okay. You said there were double doors down here?
Double doors are here, yeah.
Yeah. And no obvious weapons or fancy stuff.
You do notice that this door does have a tumbler mechanism on it. It looks like it can be locked from the outside.
Okay. He's going to sneak very quietly out the door, though, trying not to draw the attention of anyone, but especially the dried up corpses.
Okay. So give me a stealth roll. Do you wish to use a point to look and roll it again?
I think so. Yes, please. One more time.
Come on.
Got it.
Much better.
You come silently out of the door. Okay, we'll leave. I won't say anything at this point. So you can see the combat now. Tobias, you've got a torch in your hand. You're stood in front of Sybil, keeping her safe. You can see this
Got a
creature.
torch in each hand.
Yeah.
Correction, I already had one.
Right.
So I'm just gonna hurl the one in my main hand at the advancing
roll your unarmed combat skill.
Sure.
You fling it. Which one did you want to go for, 1 or 2?
I guess 1, as he's the nearer, and I've already done some damage to him.
Okay then. So roll for me a 1d20 to start off with.
Sure.
So this is going into his left leg. So can you roll for me, please, a 1d6? 4. Okay, so the torch goes flying across. It sort of like hits its leg, and you notice that it's a possibility that its clothing might be set on fire. It's sort of like dropped below the smoke at the moment, but it looks like it might be crisp enough, especially its clothing, to set on fire. Yes, you can. Sybil. Battle of the
Hi.
Daggers.
Battle of the Daggers. Look who shut up. Where were you been? To Amok, because now we can see him. Right? That's correct.
Yeah, you can see him. Yeah, he's creeping out really, really quietly.
And I'm also going to throw a dagger at number 1, I think.
Okay, nice.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Anyways, clearly still off my game, but I will.
That's
Third
all right.
time's a charm.
Yes, exactly. And Leo, you're up.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and engage number 1 and attack with the glaive, the halberd.
Yeah. You can attack diagonally from there, so that's not a problem. 21 hits nicely. So I need a special, then hit location, then damage.
So I think this time I'm going to entangle it to keep it like in place.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to try to catch it between his legs or something like that.
Yeah.
So roll. Well done. 17.
That would be left arm as well.
Yeah, it's into his left arm. So roll me some damage.
Could you use, if I remember right, 1d8 plus 2? Nice. So yeah, 1d8 plus 7 plus 2, 9.
Do you have a damage modifier?
No, it's the halberd has a plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just making sure that whether or not, because you rolled it as a 1d8, I wanted to check that you had your damage modifier on it as well. So 7 points. Where did that go to? Sorry, left arm.
Left arm.
Ooh,
Yeah. 7 plus 2, because I was just a flat roll from the.
Oh yeah, plus 2,
Yeah.
so 7. So
Yeah.
that's 9. Ooh, okay. And
I've got to applaud the consistency of Leo. It's been 3 throws where he does 9 damage with a halberd.
Yeah, he's wielding it extremely well. So okay then. So his arm, the zombie's left arm, is now entangled up. Right. Zombie time. So this zombie tries to hit you. Now you're at very long reach. So if it hits you, if it did hit you, it would damage your weapon rather than damaging you. This.
I'd also like to use the pole arm master ability I got.
What's that? Tell me what that is.
If an enemy engages a character wielding the pole arm, their action points are reduced by 1. This can significantly impact the opponent's ability to respond to attacks.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Nice.
An action point.
Okay. Let me just pop that out. Okay. So he'll have his damage point reduced to 1. This guy can. This one is not. It'll be Tobias or Dylan or Leo, you can attack this one, but it can't attack you at the moment because it's taken this round. Its full action is to move 1 square, so it can't do anything else. So it's literally there. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, then. Okay. Dylan, it's your turn. And what everybody else, you see this happening. So Dylan raises one of his hands and mutters some strange words that you've never heard him speak before. They're very... It doesn't even sound like his voice. It doesn't sound like his voice. It sounds... Remember, he's a very young 19-year-old lad, but it's something that is a lot deeper and almost like an authority tone. It's very precise words, and it's definitely words of magic as he suddenly flips out or reaches out or brings up one of his arms, and tendrils of flame shoot out towards this creature here. It sort of like shoots out and it wraps around the zombie's right arm, and it actually does. I've got to do some damage.
It should be 1d10, I think.
Thank you.
Given the intensity.
Yeah, thank you. That'll do me fine. Yeah, and the flame sort of like ties round the zombie's right arm, sorry, and it's almost as if it's some kind of whip, but it's like fiery tendrils that shoot out and wrap round the zombie's arm, and accompanied by this really different language that is coming from Dylan. Final turn, and then we'll do this turn for anybody who's got 3, and then we'll call it then. Amok, what would you like to do?
Amok will run past them, attempting to get to the other side and see if he can draw some of their attention away by moving to right there.
Yeah, you can use your... Do you wish to use your free action to shout or something else? Yeah.
Sure. Hey, you ugly guys!
Nice, as you run across. Tobias, this number 2 zombie is in front of you. You can engage with combat if you wish, or you can back away. You don't need to withdraw at the moment because combat hasn't been initiated. You can see Dylan's got this fiery tendrils round one of its arms. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take a step back and ready my saber.
Okay, yeah, by all means. Sybil.
I don't have another action.
Okay. Leo, do you have another action?
I do. I will press the attack further into 1.
Okay, so because it's entangled, you can use an action point now to automatically trip him, which means he'll be prone on the floor.
I'll do that.
So you're not. You've still got your halberd. You just flicked it, and that's happened. Zombie doesn't have any actions. Dylan, do you have actions?
Yes, I do have a third action point.
Okay, so you can roll the 1d10.
All right.
I felt bad that I only rolled a 3.
That's significantly better.
Okay, and this fire almost like tightens around the zombie's arm, and you several of you, if you can see it, you can see it, but if you can't, you can smell it as the fiery tendrils sort of like shrink and contract round the arm, slowly burning through to such a state that the right arm drops off. Okay, drops off. The tendrils come back to Dylan's hand, and the zombie hasn't got a right arm anymore.
And this is number 2 or number 1?
Number 2, yeah. Okay. But it seems to continue its attack, raising its left arm to go forward. Its right arm is like, Leo, you can see it's just dropped up the floor near your feet. And,
I'm gonna be like, what the hell, kid? If you can do this.
And Tobias and Sybil, you can hear Dylan sort of like muttering words of power in this strange voice that you haven't heard him use before. And that is where we will end it for this week. The content of this podcast is covered by the Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, so please give appropriate credit if you are sharing or copying any part of this podcast. Thank you.